Anyway, today I am here with Honorstar. She explained what she does. You said builder team. Jesus. Can't
I
even.
am the build team manager for Minecraft. So what that means is all of the cool maps and stuff that you play in the Minecraft event server or like the spawn and things like that. Like my team is the one that builds most of those, and there's a glitch, so these didn't disappear, but that's not something I can fix. So
Outside of EGO, what does a daily routine of Honorstar look like?
I have a very interesting daily routine because I work multiple jobs. I am during the day, my primary job during the week is as a cook at a small college. So I wake up and I cook for anywhere between 5 and 15 people on like a daily basis. So I'm constantly cooking tasty foods and torturing people by posting pictures of it. So that's always fun. On the other days, I work doing graphic design and videos and things like that at my other job. And then I'm on call tech support for just keep jumping. Just keep jumping. That's how you beat this game.
And Lord, like tell me.
I'm on call tech support for a lady who's working currently on a television show for Sri Lanka. Whenever she breaks something, which is often, I am responsible for fixing it for her. So that's fun.
That sounds fun. Was Minecraft the game that got you into games, or how did you start when it comes to games?
No, so I'm actually a relatively recent Minecraft player. I say that, and yet I originally came to EGO through TF2 a long time ago, under a different name and such. Due to life, the universe, and everything, I ended up leaving EGO, and I wound up, right before I left, I wound up getting into Minecraft because I was a first-person shooter person, or like little puzzle games, anything like Portal, Portal 2, Raid, things like that. Anything that was puzzly, mystery, make me solve it, I absolutely loved. And somebody in EGO introduced me to Minecraft. And I was like, I've never played Minecraft. I've watched people play Minecraft, but I've never actually played it myself. And I started playing, and I discovered I could build things. I had a decent eye for color, and so I learned to build pretty things. Okay, you should probably... There you go.
No. That's not this. Although this time you didn't cheat. I got stuck in the hole for like a solid 30 seconds.
Oh no, that is very much what happens on this game. But I started building more and started doing more elaborate builds and things like that. And I hit the point where I ended up one map on EGO. Dark Chocolate was like, hey, I don't like building solo, let's build together. We discovered that, hey, we make a pretty good pair. And so we started building a bunch more, building a bunch of different maps. We discovered that while building our own base is cool, and if you want, I can show that off. I showed it off recently in a Minecraft Cribs episode. She and I like building maps. So this is another game that we gave a coat of paint to. It was a white box of sterile. And we were like, yeah, that's no fun. So we gave it this whole like new look to it and had fun doing that.
No. If you could choose one game of all the games you've played in your entire lifetime, whether that be in EGO or just outside of it, it's your choice. What game would you recommend to somebody? And I guess to spice that question up a bit more, what game would you recommend to someone who's never played a game before? Like a good first game.
A good first game, if they understand the basics of like video games and things like that, Minecraft can be fun because it's not super fast-paced, you move at your own speed, things like that. if there's somebody who really grew up in the era of more simplistic things, I often will suggest some sort of platformer. Not the hard ones, but the easier ones and things like that. So, like, if they've never ever played any game, I'll start them on something that's puzzly, simple, whatever. If they have, we can talk about different things.
You say
Arrow.
Minecraft would be the first game. Yeah.
Minecraft would be one.
All right. So you were talking about Dark Chocolate earlier, and you building with her, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are correct.
Is she the one that got you into EGO?
Actually, no. I got into EGO initially. I was playing TF2 on a casual server, and I met this dude who seemed entertaining, and we were just laughing and chatting and whatnot. And he was like, we friended each other, and I didn't think twice about it. And then one night I was really bored. And so I was kind of like, what should I play? And I saw, like, Deluxe has joined a game, TF2, and I was like, yeah, he seems like an interesting individual. He was an older member of EGO. He still comes around occasionally, but I ended up playing with him one night and was like, oh, that was fun, whatnot. And then saw him playing again on a Sunday night and jumped in, and it was Black Mesa Sunday. I didn't know what it was at that point, but I was like, oh, this is entertaining. But the room was really quiet. And one of the reasons I like playing TF2 is because I am a talker. I enjoy talking. But it was like dead silent in the game. And I was like, dude, why are y'all so quiet? And another guy named 14th Eagle was like, oh, we're all in TeamSpeak at that point. And I was like, what is that? How do I join? And so he helped me get in, and then I ended up joining that night, and that's how I initially got into EdgeGamers, was through those two. Yep. What's your next question?
What is the most memorable moment you can recall from EGO?
I'm going to go with most memorable good moment. I think some of my best memories, though, when we promoted somebody, we'd often make them think that they were getting banned. So we'd bring them into a room, and we would basically be like, no, 404, we brought you in here because we needed to talk to you about some of your behavior. We've been getting some different reports about it, and we just needed to bring you in and talk to you because right now, quite frankly, your behavior does not match your rank, and do things like that. And then they'd come back, and instead of being demoted, they would get promoted. You're like, that
sounds hazing. Yeah, it sounds like hazing. It's crazy.
But at the same time, I'd always be very careful.
Dude,
Nothing I said was, it could be inaccurate.
What would you do if someone just started crying? I guess.
I actually made a couple of people cry.
That's crazy. See, I think after the first one, I'd feel too bad. I'd hear a sniffle and be like, all right, I was just kidding.
It became one of those things that everybody knew. Everyone knew I did it. And yet, they never, they'd constantly be panicked about it when it happened. And it always made my day, because then they'd rejoin and be like, oh, you're so mean. Like, why did you do that to me? You're welcome. And everybody would congratulate them and be like, yay, you got promoted.
Well, is it the same when they started crying? Was it? Did you feel bad little bit, or?
Oh, I did, but I was always very, very careful that I'd take it up to a certain point, but not further. And it's a delicate balance, and you have to read people and pay attention to how they're feeling and how they're reacting to what you're saying and things like that. But I always found that to be horribly amusing.
On to the next question. It's one of my favorites to ask everyone I've interviewed so far. It's if you were stranded, there's this magical island, right? On this magical island, A food of your choice that you determine as soon as you get lost on this magical island appears in front of you anytime you're hungry, with no negative health side effects. It's only there. It's only there to sustain you. Catch is you can only choose one food item during your stay on this magical island. What food item would you bring, or would you tell the island to make you every day?
Soup.
So, soup.
Soup.
Why soup?
Just think of all the varieties of soup.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still soup. And I'm not gonna accept an answer like cheeseburger soup. No, you can't just make anything a soup.
No, have you never had cheeseburger soup?
Okay, first of all, I'm not accepting that as a thing. No, I'm not accepting that as a thing.
Hamburger stew is a thing. If you want, I can find a recipe in my other room.
I'm not doubting that as a thing. I'm just not accepting. The island denies your claim for hamburger soup.
You don't like the fact that I instantly came up with something that is amazingly versatile.
I don't like that. It seems the island is incapable of making hamburger soup. So on this island, you know, you got your soup of choice, but you also have to bring one item with you. What item would you bring with you?
I'm assuming a boat
No,
is not.
no, we're not trying to get off the island. It's just
Okay, a magical island that provides me with food. I get to live on rent free.
yeah, some people said they wanted to bring like laptops, phones. I was like, I can have internet. That's fine.
Probably a computer.
Fair enough.
Does that count as a singular item?
Moving on to the next question. What is your favorite animal or pet that exists in this world?
Probably my dogs.
You have dogs? How many dogs do you have?
I have 2 dogs.
What are their names?
I have Belle, who is a 18-ish year old, we think Gordon Setter Spaniel mix. We've had her for 12 years now-ish. And then I have Bucky, who's a Westie Maltese mix, who is going on 3 years old.
All right. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Hopefully, in the next 3 to 5 years, I will have probably a different job. I will no longer. You have figured out exactly what this map is for. I will no longer be living in my parents' guest room.
No, I feel that. I stay with my parents at the moment as well.
Yeah. And then beyond that, I'm not sure. Like, those are the short-term goals. Doing something interesting. I'm not thrilled about where I live right now, but I don't, like, hate it. But, like, being able to go do... Okay, I almost sounded like a movie and said, I want to go do activities. No, but, like, go be able to visit museums or, like, aquariums and stuff nearby without, like, having to count every penny, nickel, and dime that comes through my hands.
What would you like to share with the community that wants to try Minecraft but don't know what to expect, like, with the server?
Well, right now the server is going through a lot of changes. I've pretty much been showing off different areas of the event server, showing off different events that we have run, can run, will be running in the future, things like that. But right now we are a survival-based server that's adding in a bunch of fun things. Crate keys that give you different little things so you can spend your money on that. We do have an economy that we've been working on getting things going. We're adding in some variety of cosmetics. We're currently in the testing process, so if you're not sure what to expect right now, we're going through changes, but they're good changes. We're moving forward with a bunch of different things. We now have a quest plugin where new quests are getting added every day. If you want to be part of the team that comes up with new quests, we would love to talk to you about that sort of thing. But mostly it's just a fun and friendly survival community where we play, we have fun, we build, we dig, things like that, and just have a blast doing it.
As we come to a close here, is there anyone you would like to shout out? You know, people who maybe helped you along the way, or people you enjoy playing with, people you think should be recognized, you know, while we're here.
For people I'd like to call out, I would like to call out Dark. I've mentioned her a few times already, but I love her to death. If you haven't had the opportunity to meet her, jump in a VC with her. She is an absolute ton of fun to hang around. She really is the mom of EGO. She has put up with my chaoticness for many, many years together. We have built together pretty much all of the maps I've shown off today that I have built. I built them better because she was there and she was also building with me. Other people, if you don't know Forgotten Soul, he's one of our Night Owl players. He is also leadership. He is an absolute awesome individual as well. He is just a real encouragement, and he wants to see everybody succeed and do better than what they're doing right now. For newer players, Fediwin is a newer member of EGO. He kind of had one of those, like, I brought him in from some personal relationships from other locations that I'd had with him, and he sort of got brought in and kind of yoinked through the ranks. But part of that is just the way he looks at the world and the way he views the world, in addition to being just an awesome individual who encourages people, lifts people up, and just wants to have fun. He's the type of person who he will crash the Minecraft server if we don't remind him to not build all of the redstone in one chunk. But he is really fun to be around. He's currently learning TF2, and you would not guess that he is a hotspot gamer with under 300 hours in the game. So I'd just like to call out those three. I am probably forgetting people, and and if I have forgotten you, I'm sorry, but we have already established that I am a chaotic individual who can't always remember people. But yeah, so just those three for now.
All right. And that's it. It's cut, as the directors would say.